Graham, can you just tell us how long you've had the garden for, the allotment?
This must be my 5th summer.
Do you call it an allotment?
Yeah, I do. A lot of people on the plot site don't. They say it's a garden, but I grow vegetables. It's on an allotment site, so it's an allotment garden. Doesn't really matter what I call it. I just like being here. I love gardening. I love the whole growing things, shaping things, working with nature, and it's just so peaceful. And it's a complete escape and a complete difference from everything else in my life. It's a very solitary place. I like having people visit, and it's quite a sociable plot, but my favourite times are when I'm on my own. So every season has really nice things about it, and it's really early in the year, January, February, when you start to see the buds on the shrubs and the trees and actually see spring is on its way. You become a lot more aware of the seasons and the weather patterns and the light when you spend a lot of time outside.
And the passing of time, I presume, as well.
Yeah, there is that. And when I think about how this allotment looked 4 or 5 years ago, it was 6 foot in bramble and that's all it was.
Really?
So the willow here it's just taken off. And everything comes back stronger every year. So come July, and it's a real battle to keep on top of it because it grows faster than you can work. I sort of give up in August and just let it do what it wants to do because it all dies off September, October. Or I've sort of created a lot of different seating areas so that I can look at have different views. So I've probably got about 7 or 8 different areas that I sit, depending on what I'm doing, what my mood is. I love sitting down there by the pond in the evening and looking up the garden, especially if there's a bonfire. And when it's a bit chilly, I love just sitting in the greenhouse. And just to take a few minutes to enjoy it, because it's very easy just to work and not sit down and relax and actually look at, I won't say what you've created, because you haven't created it, you've worked with nature to create it. But at the end of the day, the plants do what they want. And there's only so much you can manipulate, and I like that. You sort of work in partnership with nature. I'm not trying to produce. If I can produce enough onions to see me through the winter, potatoes, salads through the summer and things like that, I'm happy. I'm not into mass producing anything. I like a lot of fruit. I do grow a lot of fruit. And I've got a freezer now, so I can freeze it. I'm just looking at the red currants. They'll have to be cropped this weekend. But no, I'm not into using artificial fertilizers and things like that. I use a lot of natural compost, and liquefied chicken shit is very good for brassicas. And I like the whole idea of having flowers growing alongside vegetables and growing vegetables for their aesthetic value, like the red oric over there. It grows to about 6 foot, and it's in the spinach family. And it's such a beautiful plant, and it's quite tasty, the new tips in a salad. And the sweet pea and the mange too, the little delicate flowers on those. And a lot of the vegetables and fruit I just eat here. They never go home with me. It's very nice to wander around and eat your way around the plot. I've had an ongoing mental health issue for over 10 years, and it's just improved so much since I got this. And I think it's just that ability to, it sounds corny, but there's nothing to do with the rat race here. You're away from, you can be as sociable or not. You've got time to think. And it's yours. It's your own creation. As I said before, you're working with nature, but you can design it, you can have it any way you want. And if you wander around the plot site, you'll just see how people express themselves through the way they have their allotments and eccentric sheds. And I'm trying not to kill a verbena. Hiya, Bernie. Bernie lives quite happily amongst chickens and ducks. He doesn't touch them. This is my shed. I think sheds are adult male versions of little boys' camps in the woods. But I like it's got all my old bits of crap from home that I don't want anymore, but I don't want to throw away. Like my Princess Diana jigsaw puzzle, which I got from a boot sale in Salford. I've no idea who's on and who isn't, so I'll just go and visit. Okay.
So, it's coming on, but I've got a serious amount of work still to do. Well, I'm not sitting on Graham's travesty of an allotment.
I'm going to pop to the shop to get some cigs. Does anybody want anything?
Yeah, thank you.
Do you two want anything?
No thanks. Thank you.
I won't be a minute.
Alright, see you later.
Oh, I'm coming back.
Oh right, okay. I'll make a brew then. I think Graham's probably obsessive about it. I know he sleeps up here and stuff like that. Which, when I get my shed, that's something I'd like to be able to. Just the idea of being able to just wake up here at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it just be quiet and still and lovely. If I can summon up the necessary courage to do it. I'm not sure how keen I would be to sleep here, but I'm sure it'd be fine. What's this you've got?
Big mirror.
Oh, that's nice.
This lady was chucking it out. I said, I'll have that.
Indeed.
I don't envy anybody's allotment, but lots of people envy mine.
Well, those that don't think it's a travesty. You've got round vegetable beds. That is sacrilege. At least mine are oblong.
The idea of this corner is to create a bit of a, I don't know, junk shop feel. Because as these grow, this will become really private. So I'm going to have a bench here and I'm going to create a mosaic on the floor here with all the bits of mirror and china that I've dug up on the plot. So the mosaic, that's why there's all these slates down here. So this is going to, I haven't decided what the design is yet, but I'm hoping to do that this summer. And these are old mirrors I've picked up here, there and everywhere. This belonged to my great aunt who died about 5 years ago. That was my grandmother's who died last year. So I just like the idea of the whole of the shed being covered in mirrors. Right, excuse me.